Welcome to week 3. This week, I don't really plan on you doing anything too crazy. I have a quick and fun exercise for you to work on. Mostly, I would like you to pay attention to fully rendering your Dante's Divine Comedy illustrations, which I would add are all looking really pretty good in their sketch stages so far. I'm really excited with what you guys are coming up with. So, kudos to you in that respect. So, for week 3, a fun little project, at least I think, the Lost Pet Project. So, we all know Lost Pet posters. If you live in a city, you know all about them, especially because there's at least 1 or 2 new ones every week, it seems like. Which is kind of sad. But this project is all about taking something that we see on a regular, everyday basis and spinning it on its head, making it more interesting. You think about your average Lost Pet poster. There's a photo of whatever animal. Maybe it tells who they are, maybe it doesn't. It always gives their name, whatever they may be wearing in the way of a collar, responds to blah 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 or whatever, likes tuna. I don't know. You see all kinds of them. So here's one for Stinky. Some of the pets that you see, you kind of wonder if you really would want them back if you were to lose them. I don't know. But some of the photos look pretty generic. This could be average cat. This could be Saint Bernard. I don't know. Like, it's just a random Saint Bernard. Also, it looks like it's just a blank poster that you can fill out. So in case you have a Saint Bernard that looks like this poster, you can download this one and edit it. Great. Weird stolen dog poster. Dog's kind of cute. But this is an illustration class, so these all featured photos, which, yes, photos are great. They do show something that's pretty accurate. However, what we don't think about when we think about a photograph is the fact that it's flattening something that's three-dimensional. So that makes it seem a little bit different. Catching an animal or a person at a particular moment may change their character a little bit. It may just make them seem a little different. They say when you're on TV, it adds 15 pounds. Cameras warp things. They make them different. Just the way that when we illustrate things or draw things, that warps things. But we don't perceive it as much so in our society. Like, this photo is this thing, but this photo is actually just a representation of this thing. So what I'm going to challenge you to do in this exercise is to create a Lost Pet poster that really challenges who this pet might be. What actually makes up that pet? Is it what they look like? Is it how they bounce? Like, do they have a Tigger bounce, or whatever? Just what makes them tick? What makes them different than another animal? So that if somebody did see them someplace, yeah, that's Stinky. That's Stinky right there. So you're essentially going to be creating a character. And when you're creating a character, you're going to riff off of known characteristics. You're going to riff off of their mannerisms. You're going to kind of do some averaging, just like, what is this creature? Like, I can leave out this detail and this detail because it's kind of superfluous. Meanwhile, I'm looking at my dog who's scratching its back on the carpet, and I would totally do a drawing of my dog like scratching itself on the back of the carpet, because that's who my dog is. Embellishing, and I would exaggerate that to no end. Okay, you probably just heard my dog. You definitely heard my dog shaking the lecture. I'm sorry. All right, so here's one of the dogs from the Wacky Races. You don't have to make it this crazy, but I just want you to think about, like, this looks like a certain type of dog. I forget whose sketch it was in the 10 animal sketches, but all I could see in the one dog was Droopy Dog. Like, that hound dog looked like Droopy Dog. Here's Astro, one of the greatest cartoon characters of all time. I'm not going to take any arguments on that. Goofy, is he a dog? I don't actually know what Goofy is, but If there was ever a creature that had the mannerisms of Goofy, you would know that you had found the right creature. Oddly, a fairly good depiction of a Dachshund. Also one of the better cartoon characters of all time. Also one of the better cartoon characters of all time. And as much as it doesn't really look like a cat, we get all of the sense of cat. Like this is cat. Same here. I don't know if y'all remember this one, but this was my childhood. And Heathcliff, this is all the mannerisms of a cat times 10. So, maybe that would be an interesting avenue to take with this poster. And then the ultimate is Garfield, who also is kind of a time 10 character. So what I'm looking for here, I want you to think about what this pet is. I've written the assignment for Mr. Fancy Pants. Mr. Fancy Pants being just a name, and that name doesn't actually need to be the name that you use. Maybe you want to do a pet boa constrictor from next door, and then it would be really ridiculous to name it Mr. Fancy Pants. But then again, maybe it would be really fun, ridiculous to name it Mr. Fancy Pants. I don't really care. So in this project, I want you to come up with maybe something like this. This seems fairly straightforward. This could just as easily be a photograph. We're not really pushing the boundaries any in this one, but it's still kind of fun. We get kind of a little bit more of a whimsy in the poster. Maybe somebody will pay a little bit more attention because it's something different in front of them. We look at this one, we get a little bit more of a sense of this cat, not a lot. I mean, lots of cats act like that, but we get kind of the look on the face. We get the nice long stretch. We get an idea how this animal might move. Then we get this one, and this one's a little bit odd. I don't know, just Chubby Bunny. When's the Chubby Bunny gonna sit like this? Not really certain, but it catches my attention. I'm looking for this bunny now. Like I know that this bunny is out there. I want to find the bunny that looks like that. And then there's this one. This one's super wacky. And I love it because description, 6 toes, all white. I'm not sure that you really need more of a description than that. You're essentially walking around looking for the villain in The Princess Bride in cat form. And I mean, that's all you need to know. You'll find this cat. All right. So, like I said, this is just a quick fun project for you. So I'd like you, I've posted it as such. Your neighbor has lost their lovable pet and is mortified about it. You can't stand to see your neighbor in the state they are in, and you kind of miss Mr. Fancy Pants as well. Again, the name is just, it's a holder. Create a poster that illustrates how much Mr. Fancy Pants means to your neighbor and communicates how to get the pet back to the owner. The purpose of the poster, to create a character. That's for you in this illustration class. To match text to illustration. I want you, as you're creating this, to really think about, if you think about the illustration of the ferret, like how that bubble text was, that was good looking bubble text. Like that wasn't just simple text. It was like something kind of nice to look at. Maybe there's something that goes along with Mr. Fancy Pants that like really kind of puts it over the top and people really pay attention to it. Emote loss. We're sad. We lost our pet. Like, convey that somehow. Like, come on, give me the pet back. Come play at people's heartstrings a little bit. Think of this as the notebook of pet posters. Okay. Communicate hard facts. Yo, like, you found the cat. This is where it goes. The dog, whatever, the boa constrictor. This is the number. This is the place. Like, I will meet you out back of the creepy restaurant at 7:30. Whatever it may be. Stick and I want you to make it so it would stick out in a stack of flyers or on busy telephone booths. So make it unique. Make your character unique. Make your text unique. Make it pop. Make it lovely. Okay. So assignment details. The piece should be 8.5 by 11, so that it would be easily able to be photocopied. It can be color or black and white. However, we want the image to stick out. So I want you to be thinking about contrasts. So, I wouldn't make an illustration that was all like super subtle browns or something. Like, just think about contrast in your piece. And the final piece is due next Monday, February 4th. So you'll have that piece too, along with your final rendered versions of your Dante's Divine Comedy pieces. So if you have any questions, feel free to either text me, the number is on the syllabus, or send me an email, and I will be happy to answer anything for you. But other than that, just have some fun this week. Really try to enjoy this project. I think it's really silly and goofy, and I'd like you to treat it as such. Thank you.